San Diego. What are your, initial thoughts, perhaps past the surface level of their size?
Yeah. Watched a ton of film individually as a team. I was watching film on them literally the day after we won the Big Ten tournament, getting ready to play them. I was super excited, still off the high of the Big Ten tournament and the high of, playing against an opponent in March Madness. So watched a lot of film on them, kind of familiar with what they like to do offensively and defensively, and going to continue to prepare today and tomorrow and get ready to play them tomorrow night.
Talk about the altitude. Are you still feeling the Big Ten championship at all? It's just 3 days ago and you guys played Wisconsin.
Yes and no. I would say yes because we feel just the momentum of playing good basketball coming into here. But knowing that, we won the Big Ten championship or tournament and that's that. Now it's about winning, each game here on out and, playing for a chance to win it all. So looking forward to doing that right now.
Nimari, what's the balance of, when a team's going to help the amount that they do, what's the balance of, taking a shot when you're open, knowing that if you put it on the deck, not just you, but anybody, they could turn you over, with also needing to find that second side, backside, and you're a lot of times the guy that gets to, those passes and everything.
Yeah, it's very important to stay ready in those moments with the 5 guys being out there and to be calm and accept what the game gives. It's going to be a lot of times where they send 2-3 guys at you, just because of their rotations and their unique defense. That's just going to call you to make the right decision, the right read, the single play. And then from that, the game will open up as we see fit. And, we'll have a lot of opportunities individually to, make shots and drive or whatsoever.
How unique is the way they defend? LJ was saying maybe mix up Purdue and Wisconsin, some similarities so you guys could have a reference point, but how unique is this with smaller guys running around and, closing out like crazy and everything?
Literally, that's what it is, and the uniqueness of it is that they play so hard and they take away so much. You might think a pass is there and it's not, just because they're flying around, very active in the gaps with their hands, reading the ball, and so it just calls for us to, cut, move the ball from one side to another, like you talked about, and taking a shot when it is there.
And how important is it going to be for the guards to rebound in this game, given that Vlad may have to, be on the perimeter, staying in front of a guy? He might not be right there for the rebound.
Yeah, it's very important, but it's also been an importance for us all season.
Sure.
Coach Dusty May is probably the first coach that emphasized rebounding as a guard as much as he does.
He talks about it a lot.
Yeah, he talks about it so much, and a lot of times when we watch film individually, that's what we're talking about. So, very important for us to go in there and be physical. And the guys that we're guarding may not go, depending on if they're guards or not. And so we go in there and fly in there and get the rebounds, and that gives us, a chance to start off the break and, play at our pace.
What have you seen from Tate Jones on film? Don't want to say his first name because I don't want to mispronounce it, but obviously he's a stellar player, averaging almost 20 a game.
Very, very unique. Kind of like a point forward out there, making decisions, whether it's getting assists, rebounding, pushing the break. You can tell he's a very cerebral player, very crafty, and ultimately plays the right way. Plays angles very well and has very good touch around the painted area. So just keeping the body on him, having physical switches, and making sure he doesn't see as much daylight, especially getting downhill, which is what he likes to do best. And show bodies in the paint, but stay solid and not foul.
There are guys who are up on the podium laughing about how in warm-ups they can sense the other team maybe doesn't give them quite the respect that they deserve. They've won 30 games, but shorter, and one of them was saying, I'm not a good athlete and things like that. How do you guys make sure that you take these guys seriously? They've won a lot of games.
Just by the moment that we're in right now. Sure. Being in March Madness, every team is good. You can't take a day off and okay, we're good, we're going to look forward to the next round. Right. It doesn't work like that, whether you're the 16th seed or the first seed. So I'm looking forward to playing them, but I also have very, very high respect for their players and for their team system. And they do it at such a high level. So it's nothing to scoff at, and it's everything to respect and bring our best coming to the game tomorrow night.
Thanks, man.